On everyone.
Yeah.
You should on the easy, didn't you?
Carl getting stills on that.
Oh my god, that's fucking annoying.
Are you zoomed in? Are you filming?
Oh, I'm zoomed in.
Always zoomed in.
Can't snap.
Carl media snap.
Calmas Media.
Snots and that. Gofkies.
Right. Baldwin. I'm overweight, mate.
Hench, mate.
I'm really struggling to lose some weight. Body fat's come on, I'm feeling sluggish, I'm tired, man. And I just can't seem to lose weight. My diet sucks. I'm thinking of using intermittent fasting. I've heard that if I don't eat for like 20 hours a day, it's gonna fucking work. And I'll be able to keep that up forever. Give me some advice.
Right, so intermittent fasting, so it can be any different kind of time period. We get 10 till 8 in the morning, we get 10 till 10, we get 12 till whatever it is. It's a period of time where there is no food coming in. It's a period of time where you're condensing your calories for the day to a certain window. It isn't a magic pill for fat loss. From whatever that window is, you still need to adhere to a calorie total. You still need to be able to stick to that. What it does do is potentially, if you struggle with, say you've got a very, very busy day, you're up from early up till late, and you've got a big window of calories, and you're struggling to keep them because you're always hungry. Like this method can do, and we use it ourselves a little bit when we're in sessions, etc. We'll start our day that little bit later. It might be 10 o'clock when we start eating, and it just shortens that window and just alleviates any potential cravings in between long gaps, etc. And it's not magic though.
No.
All it's doing is condensing.
It's giving you a structure to work to. Like Danny said, we have a certain amount of calories for the day, and there's nothing you can do about energy balance. Energy balance is going to be the thing that creates fat loss or fat gain. Your weight going up or your weight going down. So let's say you have 2,000 calories and you're awake from say 7 in the morning till 10 at night, and you decide to eat from 7 till 10. The likelihood of you eating more calories is greater than if you used to start your day at 12 till 8. So like Danny said, the intermittent fasting is just giving you a reduced window to eat those same 2,000 calories as you would do from 7, but you're just going to do 8 till 12. So just by default, generally speaking, you consume either the 2,000 calories or less because there's a shorter window of time. This is why that kind of style of eating works. It's not magic. It's not that growth hormone is released and it's this magic fucking cascade of hormones off the back of eating that. It's got nothing to do with that. It's just that you're eating less calories because you've said to yourself, I'm not going to eat until 12 p.m. and then I'll finish at 8 or 10 p.m, whichever it might be.
Because normally you have 10 off for brekkie.
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing you've got to look at is lifestyle factors. If you're a busy mum and you're waking up at 5 a.m, you've got to get a few bits done before the kids wake up, then you've got the kids, then you've got to get them dressed, then you've got to take them to school, then you've got to get to work. Where do you eat? So intermittent fasting, you're probably doing it as you've already said.
Yeah.
You know, you look at your lifestyle, you'll know with certain clients, you have clients that like eating in the evening and you have clients who like eating in the morning. Yeah. So you could have not morning fasters, but people who start early but finish early. I have a client who she'll finish at 5 p.m. because she knows if she eats after that, she snacks more. So she knows her behaviours, so she fasts from 5 p.m. all the way through till 7 a.m. the next day. Yeah. But then you have a lot of people like myself, I'll start later in the day, maybe 10, 11, but then I'll stop eating around 9, 10 at night because it suits me better.
Yeah.
And you find with this as well, it's more of a social thing. When you eat with your families, when you eat with your partners, your mates, it's normally in the evening. It's easier to go hungry through the day. So when you look at it from that point of view, it's more of a lifestyle choice rather than a magical pill.
Yeah.
It's like a preference point of view, like Zach's saying. Like, I know every evening I like to get on the couch at some point with my missus and have a massive bowl of yogurt and I buzz off it every night. But like Zach's saying, I've started eating my food later that day. That window is still condensed and it's just pushed back to suit my needs. That's the key.
Yeah, now obviously with any diet, compliance is going to be key. So when you set that structure up in terms of fasting, you have to ask yourself, can this be maintained 7 days a week, 4 weeks of the month? Can you continue doing it? Because there are so many different methods of fasting. You could fast for 24 hours if you wanted to and skip a whole day of eating, but can you then continue to fast and contain your calories and manage your mindset around not eating the whole fucking fridge because you just fasted for 24 hours? So the basics of fat loss, calorie intake and output, so energy balance and consistency, is always going to underpin any diet decision, any method, any fasting period to whatever you do. So you have to find your way. You have to find a window of eating that suits you and your lifestyle. Like Zach said, you might be out all morning running the kids around. You know, you might have something like that. So you might as well not eat then and just start a bit later, because then the window is shifted. Like we say, you know, fasting is a method. It's not used for everybody. Some people can actually control their calories from morning till night. They can spread that, for example, 2,000 from 7 till 10 or 11, and it's no problem. But for those that do struggle with overeating on calories and they tend to eat a lot of food, when you put that restriction in place, that's why it works.
All the time, some of the responses as well. Say you've got a busy guy, for example, he works all day and he's got a high kind of like energy job. Like for him, sometimes stress isn't necessarily a key indicator that he's going to start to eat. Some people, when they're stressed at work, it's like, fuck me, get me a brew, get me a bicky. Not everyone's the same, so they might not need to be applied the intermittent fasting role. If they can control the inhibitions with food, etc., they won't need to apply that.
Yeah, that's right. What would be a bad decision for somebody to go on intermittent fasting? Why wouldn't we put someone in intermittent fasting?
Well, if they're dieting, but if you're going up, if you're trying to gain weight, you wouldn't go on it.
Yeah, if you're gaining weight, so if you're looking to get more mass on, and you're looking to gain, you know, more size and strength like Baldwin, then there's no way you're going to restrict your calorie intake. You're going to want to probably, you know, eat frequently throughout the day. And now Wayne Norton's just put on that protein frequency, actually, if you've not seen that. That regular protein intake is better for muscle gain than actually putting your protein wherever you want. So I guess if you wanted to be fairly anal, you could actually structure your protein intake throughout the day, for gaining size. Definitely don't restrict it if you're looking to eat more food and gain mass.
You boys have done a longer fast, so you've done what, 24 hours?
We've done a 24 hour.
So what did you all find about that? The other benefits, obviously.
You know, I found it quite easy.
Right.
As anyone will know, once you start eating, that's when you get hungry.
Yeah.
So as soon as that first meal goes in, what you learn with a 24-hour fast is your hunger is like your sleep cycle. You have waves through the day where you'll always be hungry.
Yeah.
So if you didn't eat that day, you'd be always hungry at that time. Now, what time do you start eating most days?
10, 11.
Is that because you're hungry?
Yeah, exactly.
So you generally find as you go through the 24-hour fast, you get the hunger waves, but once you ride them, they're gone, and you crack on as normal. So from that point of view, I don't think it's as hard as people make out.
I don't. Not at all. The reason why I did it was, one, to see if I could do a 24-hour fast. Two, because at the time I was eating a lot of food, and it wasn't for a fat loss purpose. It was like I just give my digestive system a rest, because I was eating a lot. I was training to gain as much size and strength as I could at that time, and I just thought, do you know what? I really want to try a 24-hour fast, and I'll give my digestive system a bit of a rest and make sure that...
A lot of big bodybuilders use it, don't they?
Yeah, to manage their digestion and make sure that you can turn over the right nutrients, and there are some benefits to that they find anecdotally. But yeah, like you, I found it fairly easy. It does come in waves. Like you say, once you start eating, that's when the hunger starts to come. But throughout the day, I had a lot of time with a lot of mental clarity.
Yes.
So I had a big surge of mental clarity, a big surge of energy, even though I wasn't eating. And then it would just tailor off a little bit, and then all of a sudden again I'd get another big surge of energy, and my mental state was very, very strong throughout. I think it was only the last couple of hours I was like, right, I want to start eating now. And I took that opportunity as well to then introduce foods in kind of a layered fashion. So I didn't just eat what I wanted. I started off with some fruits, then I went to some clean protein, then I went to some carbs, and then I carried on the diet as I wanted to. In my mind, it was kind of resetting my digestive system and just introducing foods nice and slowly, very, very clean foods. And it was almost like a more of a mental thing of like, I feel more cleansed and I feel my digestive system's had a break.
Namaste, mate.
That's it. But in terms of fat loss, I would never use it for fat loss. I just don't think it's a structure that can be maintained long term. I don't think you need to do that. It's just not necessary to not eat.
Would you rush back to it?
No, I wouldn't rush back to it, and I've actually not done it since. And I definitely wouldn't use it as a fat loss tool, because it's not something that you can keep doing consistently. And why would you? You wouldn't really want to do that anyway. But
this is the thing with these windows that everyone keeps telling different time periods. You pick a window that suits your balance, suits your lifestyle, and stick to that. That's cool.
Yeah.
Don't need to preach that it's going to be magic for anyone else. You find the timings that work for you.
Yeah.
It took us years to do that as well.
Yeah, it has. The reason why fasting works is because it stops you overeating food, and you've got a small window. That's it. There's no magic in the fasting method of dieting, just like there's no method in any of the other diets. Every other diet that's worked, it's because it's created a calorie deficit and you're eating less food. In whatever structure that might be, it could be the fucking Weight Watchers. Yeah, it could be Weight Watchers, it could be Slimming World, it could be
Atkins.
fasting, the Atkins diet. it's just that you've reduced the amount of food you're eating, you've reduced calories, and that method has suited you, and you've stuck to it. Like, that's the basics of fat loss. So we definitely recommend doing it. Fit it into your lifestyle and just pick a window, because it usually works very, very well, and you actually get to see your structure of the day and when's best to eat and not. But yeah, don't forget, Zach.
Don't forget, like, share, comment. But on all serious notes, make sure you like our stuff, make sure you share it with your mates. Obviously the content we're putting out there is to add as much value and to educate you the best we can. So make sure you're following the Instagram pages for the SF, make sure you're following the Instagram pages of the boys, Gav and Johnny as well, and use the forum on the website to make some comments, ask some questions and get things going.
Give Danny some shit,
Yeah.
and we'll get your questions answered, and give Danny some more shit. Buzz him.